Welcome everybody, whether you're on your first steps in your weight loss journey or whether you're halfway through your journey, these 5 tips will help you out. So tip number 1 is going to be cardio. And I know everybody's like, man, everybody tells me to do cardio, but you got to do it. I mean, you got to get in that deficit. But I'm here to tell you a couple of different tips that you can change it up. You can make it fun. And one of those ways is to change up the exercise that you're doing. So you don't always have to do every single time the same cardio machine. You can change it up and not only change up just the machines that you're using, but also change up the intensity. So the next tip, remember, is to switch up the times. Maybe you've got a lot of time in the gym, do a 30-minute cardio, right? Take it slow, nice and steady, no worry. But maybe one day, also just to switch it up and you don't have enough time, do it cardio. Do a fast cardio, 10-minute cardio, intense workout. Those switches will make cardio just a little bit more fun.
Now for tip number 2 is going to be very, very important, your calorie deficit. And that's going to be everything that you eat. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of tips. I'm not going to give you like a full-on menu because, well, everybody is different, right? But a couple of tips that you can do to ensure that calorie deficit. Number 1 is either going to a nutritionist. And I know if it's a lot of money depending on your country, what I suggest is maybe doing it for like a couple months and then seeing what the nutritionist sends you. And then you can apply those habits into your daily life without going to a nutritionist every single month. Number 2, if you don't really have that much money again, and you're like, no, I don't really want to go to a nutritionist. My brother used an app called MyFitnessPal, and he says it works really well. And that one you can track all your calories and you can even scan the barcodes and it'll give you a pretty good idea of what you're doing. And obviously, if you have a fitness watch, then you kind of like pair both of them. So you see how many calories you're eating a day, and in theory, your exercise, you should be doing more exercise and burning more calories than what you're eating. It's as simple as that. So now a couple of tips as well in your daily life routine to improve your healthy habits is there are some snacks. I know there are a lot of people that have that sweet tooth. And there are some snacks called Don't Worry snacks, and those are really, really good to kind of like take away that sweetness. I get them in Costco. Hopefully they're in the country that you live in, but if not, try to find those alternatives that are low in sugar. But I mean, when I mean low in sugar, you really got to read that they're low in sugar, and second of all, read those calories, because there's a lot of things that say there's no added sugar and it's keto and it's vegan, but then when you look at the calories, it's really bad. So just make sure you look at the calories. And then the final thing is really, I know a lot of people say like, man, I don't want to change my whole diet. I don't want to be eating a lot of things that I don't want to eat. But number 1 that will really help you as well is just start eliminating small things. Like let's say you like pop, take away pop, right? Let's say you enjoy a midnight snack and eating chocolates, take that away. So every single week or every other 2 weeks, try to take something away. And trust me, those small changes that you make to your life that are bad habits for you will really notice in the long run. And you don't always just have to be like, I'm never gonna eat candy ever again. Just maybe set a date. So for example, on the weekend, I'm only gonna have my favorite snacks on Saturday. And that is it. Now let's move on to tip number 3.
And for the next one, something very important is you have to walk 7,500 to 10,000 steps in a day, every single day. Because if you guys didn't know, walking 7,500 to 10,000 steps every single day burns around 500 calories, which is something pretty crazy. Because just to put into consideration, running or jogging basically 30 to 45 minutes burns around 360 calories a day, right? So basically imagine just you walking 7,500 to 10,000 steps a day, you're basically doing double cardio in a day. And just something to remember is that this is separate from your cardio. So a part of your cardio from the day, you have to walk this. And trust me, this will help you a lot in your journey. So now let's talk about training, or really the factors that influence calorie burning. And the first one is going to be weight. So actually, the more a person weighs, the more energy that body is going to need. So obviously, as a result, somebody that is heavier than somebody else is going to burn more calories than somebody with that lower body weight. Second of all, is something that you can see me doing here in the video, and that is the exercise intensity. So obviously, the more intense an exercise is, or that activity is, the more calories you're going to burn. It's really as simple as that, because the intense activities elevate your heart rate, and that is really one of the crucial factors on how much calories you burn. So, and secondly, that goes with that is basically the duration of the exercise, right? So a 30-second sprint could be like super intense, but you're going to burn less calories than, let's say, a 30-minute long workout, because obviously you're working out for a longer period of time. And lastly, something a lot of people don't know is that muscle mass actually requires more energy than fat to maintain. And what does this mean? This means that the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. So really, when you're starting out in that journey, at the beginning, if you have more body fat, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to lose that mass. That's why you can see a lot of people that have muscle, they can gain a little bit of weight, but that weight can drastically go down if they do, the exercise and your regular diet, because again, the more muscle you have, the easier it is going to be for you to burn those calories. And for my final tip is this does take time. A lot of people I know can see a lot of videos that say in 1 month lose 10 kilos and however so many weeks lose all this amount of fat. But it's really, I know a lot of people say it's 80% diet, 20% exercise, so they got different percentages. But at the end, it goes hand in hand. You got to have a good diet. Again, you don't have to do a fully complete diet, but you have to eat well. And secondly, you have to do your cardio and you have to exercise. If you really do both of those hand in hand, and again, check how many calories you're eating. At the end, that's what it comes. How many calories you're eating and how many calories you're burning. That is as simple as that. And you have to burn more calories throughout your day than what you're eating. And like I said as well throughout the video, if you guys do not have it, I do recommend a watch or a smartwatch. Really any will do, but I do like Garmin because they have really, really cool features and they have really great measurements of your body. But that one will help you, especially with counting your steps, the calories that you're burning throughout the day, and just regular reminders to move a little bit more. So hopefully everybody did enjoy. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions down below in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one.